you woke up and tell your mom you're not going to support Arsenal, you want to be supporting Real Madrid now going forward, and they did everything to stop you from supporting Real Madrid, but you were adamant, and you. Transit TV, welcome back again to Transit TV with your man Reggie. I'm joined today with the little gunner prodigy Nathan. This dude, yeah, you're welcome, Nathan. Welcome to the studio. This dude is an Arsenal fan. He eats, bleeds, and sleeps on Arsenal. He's been itching to be on this podcast. I have him here today to talk about everything football, especially Arsenal as regards the title race in England and of course the Champions League quarterfinals encounter coming up in 2 days between Arsenal and Bayern Munich. Nathan, you are welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be on this channel.
Yeah, thank you, boy. Thank you. Good to have you. Let me start. Yeah, I know you're an Arsenal fan and you love the club. How did you become an Arsenal fan?
Oh, it's because there's this one player named Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I really used to love him when I was like 4 and stuff. Mm-hmm. And he really came to my heart. And I really like how he played and how he played for Arsenal and Dortmund and all those other clubs I used to play for. So that's how I became an Arsenal fan.
Oh, good. That means I'm sure when he left Arsenal, that would have. You had got it, right? You didn't find it funny when Arteta, made him leave Arsenal. How did you feel?
Well, once he left Arsenal, I didn't really care anymore because he didn't really play as a striker. He mostly played like a cam or like center forward. So then Saka, who was a left wing back, and now is a right winger. Now he really plays like really good.
Okay, yeah. But did you know why Aubameyang left Arsenal? Were you in support of what Arteta did, or were you supporting Aubameyang?
It's not really how the player. It's about how the player performs for the club. I don't really support any player unless they actually have a reason to leave.
Oh, okay. Good to hear that. Good. I know you play in an academy. Can you tell our viewers what's the name of your academy and what position do you play?
Okay, so the team I play for is called Heavens 11, and it's I'm playing for the U9 team, and my position is pretty much anywhere. I can play goalkeeper, I can play cam, I can play right winger, I can play striker, I can pretty much play every position.
Yeah, I did some real research on you. I hope you don't mind. I also heard that the metrics for your club, for your academy came out, and you had the highest score in the academy, and it looks like you're also the highest goal scorer for them. They hardly want to have you out of the game. How have you maintained the performance in the academy that have made you to perform each time you are on the field?
I always practice at home. I practice, I go with my brother Arnold to the park to play soccer. So I can train like a professional football player.
So let me ask you, what professional football player would you like to maybe achieve what he has achieved, or like model your game, after?
I would say Bukayo Saka and Mbappe, because I'm fast, and I can also play right wing, and I can also play striker and left wing. And that's my 2 main positions. I can also play midfield as well.
Okay, so if you're given a choice to choose a club to join the academy right now, which club would you want to join?
I'll join Arsenal.
That's the why.
Because as you know, mommy's because I want to move to England, and mommy's uncle's son, he plays for the Arsenal academy, and I really want to meet him there as well.
Oh, okay, yeah, good to hear that. Okay, let me poke you on something I found out by you too. I remember I heard that 2 seasons ago you left Arsenal and said you woke up and tell your mom you're not going to support Arsenal, you want to be supporting Real Madrid now going forward, and they did everything to stop you from supporting Real Madrid, but you were adamant. and instead of they buy you your Real Madrid jersey, did they bought for you? What happened that time? Tell me why you moved to Real Madrid
I
and you
also
came
feel
back to
like the
Arsenal.
club wasn't actually as good. Like they weren't actually like they weren't winning any trophy. They weren't like actually like achieving anything or something. They weren't achieving anything. Like in 2021, their team was bad. Like Hector Bellerin, Socrates,
Mustafi.
Mustafi. Yeah, they were making the bug like they're making the club like not as valuable and as
Mhm.
good.
So you got angry and you left and went to Real Madrid. But what made you to
Yeah.
come back?
Because Saka obviously he changed to right winger. He's scored many goals. He has assisted new play like to say for example Martinelli. He had like Martinelli and Saka. They have actually changed the club and they've brought new players to so that they could actually win trophies and possibly win the league this season.
So if I hear you very well, it seems you're very happy with the way the club is doing, especially Ateta. What do you like most about what Ateta has done for Arsenal?
Like let's say Declan Rice. He's a very good technical player
Mhm.
because he can play. He can go upfield. He can go upfield, and he can also come back like box box.
Yeah,
He also takes out corner
mhm.
kicks as well,
Yeah.
and he scored a last minute winner against Luton to make it 4-3.
Yeah. That game was it was an epic one. You remember also he also scored against Manchester United
Yeah, and also Chelsea.
and Chelsea. Yeah, he scored some very important goals for Arsenal. And you really sound like you know a lot about the club. This season, Ateta has also made some very controversial decisions in the beginning that people did not agree with. I remember when he
Oh
signed
yeah, the
Kai Havertz.
FFA.
Kai Havertz.
Yeah. He
So
said that the refs weren't like actually good.
yeah, so when he signed Kai Havertz, the year among the Arsenal fans that like they didn't want him to sign him, or how are you feeling? Did you like the signing at the time, or and how do you think
I
now?
feel like he was. I feel like he was right. I feel like the ref wasn't like in the like let's say in the Spanish league, the referees are actually good in there, and like in the Premier League, like they made some stupid calls
Mm-hmm.
for fouls.
Okay, so
So I
then
feel
that's
like
unfair.
Ateta should be is right.
Yeah, but I'm asking you for Arteta. Are you happy with all the decisions Arteta have been making for Arsenal, the signings that he has
Yes.
made? Like, you remember when he signed Kai Havertz, people were complaining that Havertz was not good for the club. What were you thinking when Havertz joined the Arsenal?
Honestly, I kind of agree with the fans as well because for the first season, I kind of feel for the first season, for like this season to right now, I feel like Kai Havertz can play striker and also can. If Jesus is injured, he can also play Kai Havertz as well striker.
So do you like you liking what you're seeing with him now?
Yeah.
So what do you think Arsenal will achieve this season? Do you think Arsenal can win the league?
Yes, 100%. If we can win every single game, then yes.
But are they going to be, okay, now if you look at the fixtures in the Premier League, they're still going to play Aston Villa. They still have to travel to Old Trafford, and they still have to go to Tottenham Stadium. So
Yeah.
do you think today Liverpool drew with United at Old Trafford, and which means Arsenal is on top of the league with the same point with Liverpool, but on goal difference. So are you pretty confident that Arsenal is going to win the league?
Yes.
Okay, I like that confidence. I feel so too. I feel it's Arsenal's time to win the league. I feel so as well. And well, we'll just wait and see. Let's touch on the. Okay, so what Brighton is a team in England that is always a boogie team for the big teams. Sometimes they come out and really give these guys run for their money. I remember 2 seasons ago they beat Arsenal. That season they beat Arsenal 3-0. I think the first game of the season. And 2 years ago they also did that. Well, what impressed you most about the 3-0 win Arsenal won Brighton yesterday?
Well, it's because of the penalty. I feel like Lamptey should have gotten a card for that because that was kind of like a bad tackle. He should have gotten a yellow card for that.
Mm.
And I didn't really get to watch the game because I had a soccer game, but
Mhm.
I feel like we that good thing Sarai did save us in the game as well because they also had some chances that they should have that they should have scored, but but
Right, I saved them.
they didn't. But Soraya saved it, and also if we did play Ramsdale, they could have came back as well. Like
Yeah, yeah,
it could have drew.
yeah. Sometimes right, it has
Because you know what happened the Arsenal versus Brentford game where he didn't release the ball.
exactly, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. But you know,
I do not want him. I do not want him as goalkeeper.
yeah, but you know, in that game too, he had two fantastic saves afterwards. So yeah, you never can tell. You know, with Ramsey, you never know. One time he's doing something fantastic, the next time, you know, he's letting in goals. I think Ateta, which means you support Ateta for bringing Raya ahead of Ramsey, if I hear you well.
I feel like we should have bought him instead of loaned him.
Yeah, you know, Ateta went for Raya before, but Brentford we are saying was for £46 million, and Arsenal didn't have the money to buy him that time, so they went for Ramsey. So once he became available, I think they come back for him. Well, we'll see what happens with that. I think for me, if I were Ramsey, I'll still spend another 1 year in Arsenal. I'll try to understand it right. Find out why he's chosen ahead of me, and try to learn from him. You know, for before I move to my next club, because obviously he has some things to work on his game. Then the Champions League is coming up, quarterfinals. I know you know Bayern Munich always edge out Arsenal in Champions League, but this time around it looks like their fortunes have overturned. Arsenal looks in better shape to play Bayern Munich. Are you all big for that game? Are you confident? Do you think Arsenal will beat Bayern?
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's either a draw or Arsenal will probably win 1-0.
On the first leg, what about second leg? You know, it's not a league game. Over 2 legs, one team has to qualify for semi-finals. Who do you reckon is going to qualify? Is it Arsenal or Bayern Munich?
I'm actually not sure. I kind of feel like it's like a 50-50 because they're both very good teams. Like Harry Kane, he has scored lots of goals in the Bundesliga so far. So it's gonna be a tough game for Arsenal.
Yeah, and I like that. I like what you said right there, because a lot of Arsenal fans just feel that because Arsenal is in good shape now and Bayern Munich are not winning their games. You know, they lost yesterday in Bundesliga to a team they've not lost to over 20 years. And so Arsenal fans feel that, in fact, I had a show yesterday, if you watch the channel with some people, Arsenal fans, and they were like, they can't wait for that game. That they feel Arsenal is going to cook Bayern Munich really good. So, I'm glad I'm surprised that you said that. I thought you were going to say that Arsenal is going to win. And, you know, Champions League is a competition that deals, you know, that has a lot to do with pedigree. You know, when it comes to Champions League, sometimes some clubs are not doing well in their league, but Champions League, they always come alive. Teams like Real Madrid, you know, there were years that they're not doing good in the league, but they won the Champions League back to back. You know, so yeah, that's I think I agree with you. It's going to be a tough game, but if you ask me to call, I'll put my money on Arsenal to go through, because the way Arsenal is playing now, the way they control games, and they are not letting any chances against them. You hardly, Arsenal has, in the last 15 or 16 games they have played, they've only conceded four or five goals in all competition, and of course, they had the fifth straight clean sheet away from home in the league. That's nuts. That's some very hard achievement to achieve. So, having said that, I feel Arsenal probably will have an edge, but you can't write off Bayern. They have some very, very fantastic players: Kingsley Coman, Musiala, Harry Kane, as you mentioned, and the rest of them.
Ane and Gnabry.
Yeah. So, you have any question for me?
No. I actually do have a question. Who do you think is going to win the Europa League?
The Europa or the Champions League?
Europa.
Yeah. Of course, Liverpool. The only problem I have with Liverpool, I don't think that defensively and the defensive midfield position they have a lot of options. So the pressure of going for the league title and the Europa League probably will affect the team. I think the club needs to make a decision what he wants to go for right now, as it stands right now. So if he decides to go for the Europa, give priority to Europa, I believe Liverpool will win it. But if they keep going on both fronts, I think they might come short. And Europa is one very tricky championship that with a lots of games to be played in that tournament. Roma is there as well, so yeah, I'll root for Liverpool. I don't really, to be honest, I've not really been following that tournament that much, but I know Liverpool. Liverpool should be one of the strongest teams to do well in that tournament. Then
Who do you think is the most fit in Arsenal?
the most,
Fit person in Arsenal.
of course, Declan Rice, man. The guy gets around the pitch like no one. He's been playing week in, week out. He covers every ounce of grass on that pitch in every game. So for me, I think he's in a top shape, top shape. And with him, he has helped Arsenal a lot in turnovers as well. Arsenal has faced lesser counter attacks against them since he arrived. So for me, the Rice is the most fit player. But if you ask me my favorite player in the team right now, it's difficult to call. But if I have to mention one person, I'll take Odegaard anytime, any day, because I have a bias for him, the way he walks, the way he plays, and again, me personally, when I play football, I use my left foot as well. I play in the midfield, so I have his midfielders union. Odegaard is my favorite player right now in Arsenal. So who is your favorite player in Arsenal?
Saka.
Saka, yeah, I know you mentioned it earlier. Why do you like Saka?
Because he's on for the Golden Boot, and also he's played 217 appearances for the club and has only scored 57 goals. But you might think that's bad, but he's played left back and left wing back most of the times at Arsenal.
Yeah, and he even played in the midfield sometimes. There was a time he played behind the strikers as well. Yeah, Saka is for me, I think he's the face of Arsenal right now. And his nickname now is the Star Boy. What made you pick? I saw some of your jerseys. What made you pick number 7?
For Saka?
For your jersey. Is that why you're
my number is number 12.
12. Okay, no, I mean the jerseys that you have, your Arsenal jerseys and your Real Madrid jerseys. I saw you have number 7 on them.
Because remembrance for Saka, he's been carrying this club ever since he's joined him.
Okay, number 7. Yeah, you're supporting your man Saka. And let's see. Like I said, the season is up. Arsenal, all of a sudden, like you just mentioned, is beginning to do well. Looks like they're going to achieve something this season. They are playing the Champions League and the Premier League. What do you think Arsenal can achieve realistically this season?
Well, I'm not sure if they're going to win the Champions League, because if they do beat Bayern, then they also would have to face Real Madrid or City.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do beat Real Madrid or City, they're probably going to face either PSG
or Atletico Madrid.
Or Atletico Madrid. But I don't want to face Atletico Madrid, because in the final, if we do beat Bayern and Real Madrid or City, because they're like Porto. They're like Porto. They're very defensive.
Yeah, they are. And it's good you mentioned that. Let me ask you, how did you feel about the Arsenal City game last week?
It was a very tough game. It was very heart beating game. Like, it was very tough to watch, because if any team scored, then that means they have the momentum to win.
So are you some Arsenal fans? A lot of Arsenal fans have developed an opinion about how Arsenal approached that game. So we're happy that Arteta sat back and made it a little bit pragmatic and difficult to lose. While others said no, Arsenal had enough to go out and attack City and make the game an open game and probably get goals and win the game. Where do you stand on that? Did you support the way Arsenal went about it, at least to avoid the loss?
I feel like they played well defensively and attackively. They should have finished They should have finished, the Jesus.
Jesus,
yeah, the chance that Jesus had, he should have finished that. He should have either chipped it or shot earlier.
So you liked how Arteta approached the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Because I remember go ahead.
I kind of feel like Chelsea should have played that game. Or did he?
Yeah. Sometimes it's easy to say if somebody doesn't play, we say if the person had played. It was a very tough win. Remember last season Arsenal also, one of the reasons why Arsenal did not win the league last season was because they went to City and tried to be expansive, and City thumped them 3-1 or 3-0. So this season, I mean, I think I was taking 4 points out of City this season out of 6. That's a huge step forward. The same thing with Liverpool. I think if Arsenal can go to Old Trafford and get 3 points, and of course, the Tottenham game comes 2 games before to the game after the Tottenham game is one more game to the end of the season. So it's going to be a very tough one. I hope that before that time, Arsenal would have pulled away from City and Liverpool and given themselves allowance to either draw or lose the game, because it's really, really tight up there right now. And I kind of feel that this season is the season for Arsenal to win the league, because we are unique last season. They came back again this season. They've been tough. They are not letting in goals. They are among the 3 teams. Arsenal has the best defense, and they have scored the most goals. So they are doing what they need to do. With the result today, Liverpool result against United is all square and even now. So going forward is now who blips going forward. So there is no advantage anymore to anybody. If anybody has any disadvantage, is City, because they are 1 point behind Liverpool and Arsenal. So, and the interesting part is these 3 teams are not playing among themselves anymore. So, it's no longer in their hands, so to say. Because if Arsenal was going to play City or play Liverpool, Liverpool play City or Liverpool play Arsenal, then you can say if you win the other team, then you go 3 points ahead and go from there. So we'll see how it is. I believe Arsenal will win the league this season. I believe they will win Bayern Munich and move to semi-finals. And semi-finals, Real Madrid or City, I'm not worried about it. Like you said, these 2 teams play expansive football. They're going to come out and play, and Arsenal can always hold their own against teams like that. Then we can talk about the final. So it's pretty much looks good for Arsenal right now. I'm happy with Arteta, what he's doing for the team. And before we go, let me just pick your brain on Chelsea and United. What do you think about those 2 teams? What do you think they need to do to start winning games and doing good?
Spending too much money. They need to get like older players that have experience in the Champions League, so that those young players that are playing for Chelsea, they can learn off that old player. So that they can use that experience in the Champions League if they get to the Champions League.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think I made a video on that and said Chelsea, they have some talented young players, but just like what they did with Thiago Silva defensively when he was playing and helping the defenders, they need somebody in the midfield. Caicedo, Enzo, and Gallagher. I don't think the combination is good enough in terms of experience to carry that team. They need somebody like what Jorginho is doing for Arsenal. They need somebody in that midfield to come in and coordinate those players. Same thing up front. Jackson, for me, he might be a good player in future for Chelsea, but right now they need somebody more experienced to, get them ticking. Kopama has been doing very well, and I know City must be regretting why they let him go right now, because he's producing even better than Doku, and they spend a lot of money on. What about United? What do you think about them?
Better defenders. Like they need better defenders. Wow. Way better.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that one.
Because currently their best defender is Maguire.
Yeah, interestingly, and I know I used to have this argument with some people. They thought I was kind of dissing United. I told them, Maguire, for me, I don't think he's a bad defender. It's just that somehow, I don't know, he's been having it bad, because in the national team, he never puts a foot wrong. I don't know why in United, any little mistake he makes, it leads to a goal. So probably the way the team is set up doesn't suit the way he plays football. That's why he's always in those situations. And so far this season, he has shown some very strong mental capability to stay put in the club and get back his position. And he's been playing week in, week out. So that's an example of, for people like you, young players like you coming up, to have that mental strength and know that, yes, you're going to face challenges. But if you stay put and keep working hard, like you mentioned earlier on, that you always train and practice at home, that's why you're doing well in your academy. Keep doing that. Sometimes it's not going to go your way. Sometimes you lose games. Sometimes you're out of the team. But just keep working. And I believe if you keep working, you achieve your aims. And I believe, I hope, and I pray for you that the next 6, 7 years, we'll be watching you like the way we watch soccer now in the EPL, doing this for your club. And hopefully, I know you would love to play for us now, and we'll see how that goes. Do you have anything to say to our viewers before we go?
Nothing really.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say if they can like and subscribe.
Yeah, viewers, right there, you heard Nathan. He is rooting for Transit TV. Subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Subscribe to the channel and share to your friends and your mates out there. Make Transit TV go viral. Nathan is rooting for that Transit TV, and we pray that Nathan. But next time you come back to this channel, you will be coming as a player for one professional clubs in Europe as your wish. Thank you, Nathan, for joining me today, and I will see you next time.
Also,
Ciao.
don't forget to support Abba's hands. She's the one that made that. He's the one. She's the one that made the shirt that the
Yeah,
trend.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
The
Thank
trend
you,
is
Nathan. Take a
yeah.
shout out to Abbas Hand. You see, they have this fearless series. They've been supplying me these gears. They're also the ones making the Transit TV T-shirt. They're going to come. They're coming up. They're going to be available for you guys to buy in the coming weeks. Keep your eye on that. Abasan, check them out on TikTok. Check them out on Instagram. Place your order. They have quality designs and quality materials. Give them a shout out to them. Nathan, thank you very much for reminding me that. Thank you. And good to see you. Good to have you on the channel and see you soon. I'm probably after the Bayern Munich game, the both legs, I would like to have you back if you don't mind to discuss how that game went, and we'll see where Arsenal will be at that time. Thank you for coming, and see you next time, Nathan. Ciao.
Bye.